Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I have a bunch of soap to make. I'm getting ready for a big craft fair at the end of this month. If any of you are local to Sacramento or close by, it's the St. John the Evangelist show of hands. It's the 40th year and this is my second year participating over there. It's a really good craft fair. So if you're in the area, it's November 30th, December 1st and 2nd. You should come on by and see me and pick up some soap and lots of other goodies, handmade goodies. And I've got a lot of soap to make today, so let's get to it. I'm gonna first be making a oatmeal milk and honey soap. This is one that I normally have in my lineup. I use the milk and honey fragrance oil from Brambleberry. I love this one, it's my favorite. I used to use a different one that I ordered from Brambleberry that to me was not as good. It was actually called oatmeal milk and honey. For me personally, I like this one better, milk and honey, because it has more of a sweet, like caramelly fragrance to it, and I really like it. This is also a video where I'm going to show you how to use some additives. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll get my goggles. All right, let me put you down here. Here's my oils. And then I've got my lye water solution over here. Let me grab my paper towels. Okay. I'm pouring in the lye water solution. All of my stuff is room temperature. It's finally starting to cool down in the Sacramento area, which we're so happy about. It was like we had daylight savings and then all of a sudden we got like a cold snap. By cold snap I mean like, I don't know, it's been 73 degrees. It's been actually really perfect. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm just bringing this to a very light trace because of the additives that I'm going to be using. I've done oatmeal milk and honey before on video, but the design was different. So I'm hoping to show you what I do now that's a little bit different than what I've done a couple years ago. My oatmeal milk and honey looks different now because I'm using a different mold and for other purposes. I'll get into that in just a little bit. Okay. Oh no. My extension cord. Oh. Excuse me. My extension cord can't unplug there. There we go. Doesn't want to. There. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to be pouring a little bit off for a white section of soap because I'm going to be coloring the base of this brown. So that's going to be the white portion right here. And I have to move fast with this soap because when I add in the honey and the coconut cream, things start to speed up. I also use colloidal oats in this recipe, so it is a really luxurious bar of soap to use because it's got that super fat quality from the coconut cream that makes it really moisturizing and luxurious. And then it's got the honey, which is a really I love to use honey, as you guys know. I love to use honey in my soap products because it's a humectant, which means it draws moisture to the skin. So it's just a very nice moisturizing bar to use. I'm using Cappuccino Mica from Brambleberry for the brown. And then Colloidal Oats is another one of my favorites to use. Very easy on the skin. Okay. That's the brown portion. And then I have my white portion of my white titanium dioxide over here. Where did I put it? Oh, I have it right here. Okay. That section is white. I'll go ahead and mix that up. Okay, now I like the white portion to kind of look like dripping milk in the oatmeal milk and honey soap, so I try to make it as white as possible. Okay, here goes. Now this is where it gets kind of fast and tricky because, like I said, the coconut cream and the honey are going to add sugar to the soap, and that creates the soap, that makes the soap move fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix in my fragrance. Get that mixed in. And then I'm gonna hurry up with my coconut cream. I just use the Trader Joe's brand because all it is coconut and water. My coconut cream, here we go. And then before I blend that, I'm gonna actually add in my honey. Although I'm not going to list this exact recipe because this is my recipe and I'm not ready to share that yet, I will give you some general ideas. You don't want the additives to be too much in your soap because they take away from the lather. Everything you add takes away from the lather of the soap. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of colloidal oats. Here we go. My ratios are like 2, 2, and 2. So for a 5-pound batch of soap, I use 2 ounces of honey. I use 2 ounces of coconut cream, and I use 2 tablespoons of colloidal oats for a 5-pound batch. And then I go ahead and I get it all mixed in the best I can because it does start to move very quickly. There we go. Okay. Smells really good. Really, really good. Okay, then I get my mold into the frame here for you, and I'll show you how I do the rest. Okay. See, and the white always does this because of the titanium dioxide, so I gotta go ahead and... It's kind of good though because it does end up looking more cream or milk-like. I hold it up high. So that it breaks the surface of that soap. And then it looks like milk. And I go ahead and I do like a chopstick swirl on this one, which I don't have any chopsticks in here, so I'm just gonna grab a straw. That'll give me the same depth or like thickness of swirl. And I go this way. There we go. That'll be very pretty. And I might be able to scrape some of that white out there. It looks pretty when you kind of can get some of the white on the top. And then the other thing I do is I cut a piece. This is the thing that's kind of new that you didn't see. Maybe if you've watched that first oatmeal milk and honey video, that was actually one of the first videos I ever did. What I did was I made some melt and pour soap and I put it over bubble wrap, and then I peeled it off and cut it into shapes of like honeycomb. This time around, and this is the way that I normally do it now, I cut it the size of the top of my mold, and then I put it right over the top of my soap, and I press down like this so that the whole top looks like honeycomb. And I give that a few minutes to set up. You don't just put it down and peel it up. It won't, the indentation won't last. So I leave it here till it sets up a little bit, and then I do something else on the top, which I'm gonna show you in a minute. Okay, I will bring you right back to show you the rest of what I'm gonna do on the top. Okay, I'm back to show you how I do the rest of the top of this soap. So the soap has set up enough, which was actually pretty quick, that I can remove the bubble wrap. So I just start from the corner, and I slowly lift up. Go slow here because the soap is still very soft. Okay, there you go. There's that. And I'll try to get you a little closer up so you can see. Looks like honeycomb. And then what I do is I know that this soap is like too hard to keep like anything stuck down to it, like if I was gonna put oats on it, but this is how I do it. I sprinkle some organic oats kind of across the middle, like that. The reason I don't do the embeds, the honeycomb embeds sticking out anymore is because it's more time consuming, and as I'm making more soap, I'm finding I don't have time for that, and also for shipping purposes. Soap with embeds are a little bit harder to ship when you get the more delicate ones. Like that honeycomb is pretty delicate when it sticks out of the top of the soap, unless you make it a little thicker. So I go like this. Anyway, these are easier for shipping purposes, and it's just overall a quicker process. So I have, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with 91% rubbing alcohol. And then I have some melt and pour soap that I melted down to look like a honey drizzle. And I think I'm gonna pop that in the microwave for another, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. It's getting a little cool. Okay, and then I take a little pipette and I'm just gonna dribble a honey looking drizzle over the top, and this kind of glues down the oatmeal as well. And it looks cool because it gets inside the little divots that were created by the melt and pour. And it looks like honey. It looks like actually honey is inside there. So there we go. And there you have it, friends. That's the making of oatmeal milk honey cold processed soap. Stay tuned for the cutting. Hi everybody, I'm back to go ahead and cut the oatmeal milk and honey soap, and this is how it cured on the side. So I'm excited to see what the swirl looks like on the inside. Okay. Ooh, that turned out really pretty. Very, very pretty. That smells so good too. So you'll see the outside is a little bit different. This will discolor and darken over the next few weeks too, to a darker brown. Gosh, I just love how that turned out. Wow. Usually I don't get such a good white swirl in there because this one is a fast mover, but I guess my timing was good yesterday when I made these. Very pretty. Excuse me. I just love that. Gorgeous. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut one more, or I'll go ahead and show you one more here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you on the next one.